thank you for keeping the culture alive.
Let's read the news every day. From East End to Georgetown, down into West Bay.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
For the record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctor's Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees so fair. Today is Wednesday, the 29th day of July 2026. Right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands, we do hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on our roads, whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle, we urge you to please be extremely cautious. Ensure that you observe the rules of the road, because the life you save may just be your own. For those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you've celebrated one over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a happy belated birthday, whichever is applicable, and to remind you that the For the Record birthday shoutouts are brought to you by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. You should accept no substitutes. From generation to generation, Coca-Cola still a Cayman classic. Those of you who have lost loved ones, again, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. Those of you who are ill and are either at home or at a medical facility here in the Cayman Islands or overseas, we wish you a speedy recovery. Mr. Joel Wilson, good morning to you, or a colleague right here at Radio Cayman. Big shout out to you as well. So folks, I want to again thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles, as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I'm your host, Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, phone lines are open. We have that beautiful radio voice of Miss Susan Watson. I haven't said that in a long time. That beautiful radio voice of Miss Susan Watson waiting to take your calls. You can call us on a toll-free number provided courtesy of Flow. If you're calling from a Flow number, that number 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037, 949-6990, WhatsApp number 925-3261. So let's look at the birthday shoutouts. First of all, birthday shoutouts brought to you by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. You should accept no substitutes. From generation to generation, Coca-Cola still a Cayman classic. So we have been asked to give a big shout out to Mr. Owen Bailey, who is celebrating his birthday today. He's celebrating his birthday today, Mr. Owen Bailey. And these birthday greetings are coming from your wife, children, and all the rest of the family. Also, tomorrow, happy birthday on the 30th of July to Aaron Taylor from his mom, Paulette, and Dad Owen, with loads of love. Enjoy your special day. And also, birthday greetings going out again to Aaron Taylor from godmother Aldine and family. Also, happy birthday from his aunts, uncles, cousins, and grandmother Elmitha. I think I pronounced that right as well. So, Aaron celebrating his birthday tomorrow, and Mr. Owen Bailey celebrating his birthday today. We have some more birthday shout-outs here. The twins, Ebanks twins, Mark and Matthew, they are celebrating their 35th birthday today. So happy birthday greetings coming from your cousin, Miss Zeta May Bawden. Miss Zeta May Bawden. Twins, Mark and Matthew Ebanks. If you know, folks, anyone who's celebrating a birthday or any momentous occasion, please share that information with us right here on For the Record, and we will give them a birthday shout-out courtesy of Coca-Cola. Sorry. Here's another birthday shout-out. We have been asked to send out birthday greetings to Miss Elvie Clark. Her birthday is today. May the good Lord continue his blessings upon her. Greetings are coming from her sister, Pamela, and family. So that's Miss Elvie Clark. Birthday greetings coming from your sister, Pamela, and the rest of the family. Also, special anniversary greeting to my son, Brevon Elliott, and wife, Lastinia, which is also the 29th of July. May the good Lord bless you, and may the good Lord bless you with many more wonderful years. Greetings are coming from your mom as well. So let's repeat those again. So Elvie Clark celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday greetings coming from your sister, Pamela, and family. And then special anniversary greetings to Brevon Elliott and wife Lastinia, which is also today, the 29th. May the good Lord bless you with many more wonderful years. And those greetings are coming from Brevon Elliott's mom as well. So again, folks, those are the birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. You should accept no substitutes. From generation to generation, Coca-Cola still a Cayman classic. Let's look and see what is happening in our newspapers today. Yesterday, of course, I believe it occurred actually during the while the buzz program was going on, the earthquake that occurred, magnitude 4.5 earthquake, shook Cayman around about, 8:43 somewhere, 8:42 yesterday morning. So that's part of the Compass's online newspaper. Also, the UK reshuffle sees Uma Kumaran appointed as the Overseas Territories Minister. It had been previously announced that Stephen Doughty had retained that position, and he had actually posted it on his social media platform, and we now see that some changes have taken place since then. Of course, when you have any change in government, be it as a result of fresh elections or in this case change of prime minister, then that person is going to bring their supporters in as well. Everyone is clamoring to hold either a senior ministerial position where they attend cabinet or junior ministerial positions where they don't attend cabinet, but everyone is looking to and jockeying for position. That happens everywhere, because remember now, folks, most politicians, their egos are huge. Their egos are large, and they're not just there. While they may tell you, and some of them genuinely mean it, that they're there to look out for the interests of the people who elected them, some of them are there to look out for the interest of the elected. The interest of the elected. Just saying, folks. So let's look at the other articles in the Cayman Compass. Jackson Cover returns home after historic National Hockey League draft pick. Cayman's fertilizers supplies and prices remain stable. That is good to know. And I would imagine, because our scale of farming in the Cayman Islands is not as high as in other jurisdictions, our stocks probably last, much longer. And I must also say that the whole idea of fertilizing in the way back, we had to rely on basically using local fertilizers, whatever that may be, to fertilize our farms. Now people are seeing the benefits of fertilizing, and with the new types of fertilizers that have been that are being produced, certainly makes a huge difference in terms of crop yield as well. Also, this article, man faces jail over 15-year Cayman overstay. And some may question, how can a person remain in the Cayman Islands for 15 years and not be detected? Folks, it is easy to hide in plain sight. Easy to hide in plain sight. And that's probably what that person has done. Now, what would be interesting in this particular case would be if that person had a work permit for a particular employer and they continued to work for that employer during that 15-year period that they overstayed. That would be one question. I'm not sure whether or not that was brought out in court proceedings, or whether or not he decided to strike out on his own and basically freelance as far as work is concerned. We know for a fact that even those persons who are working in Cayman find it, because of the high cost of living, find it extremely difficult to make ends meet. So I'm sure that he wasn't here for 15 years doing nothing. And if he was, then he needs to tell others his secrets of being able to live in the Cayman Islands for 15 years without working as well. Folks, we have to take a commercial break. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Yeah, let me tell you, no AC when I was a boy. I still remember just how good an ice cold Coca-Cola was.
The part is, the coolest moms and dads always had Coca-Cola at our parties.
The sound when you pop the top, and the fizzle, and that, after that first sip.
Coca-Cola, from generation to generation. That ice cold bubbly. Coca-Cola, still a Cayman classic.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay Mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone, and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Babe, not tonight. You keep poking me and I need to be rested for meetings tomorrow.
What? I was almost asleep. That's the mattress spring I keep telling you about, not me. We really need to get a new mattress.
Tossing and turning, back hurting, can't sleep? It might be time to turn in your old mattress and go to bed with a new one. Browse the huge mattress showroom at Brand Source Home Gallery and pick the perfect mattress today. With mattresses to suit every budget, Brand Source Home Gallery stocks a wide selection of sizes and styles like pillow top and gel memory foam. So stop tossing and turning and sleep better tonight with a new mattress from Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio yet. We will have, I know Mr. Roy Tatum will be in the studio with us after the 8 o'clock news. Not sure whether or not he will be by himself or others. We know quite busy. And I believe that the leader of the opposition, when he was last here, last Wednesday, indicated that he would be unavailable this morning as well. We do have a caller. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Good morning, caller.
Jose, good morning.
Morning. How are you?
Okay, yeah, don't worry if they turn up or not. We're here. We'll address the issues and see if we can solve the problems that are facing the Cayman Islands.
Yep.
Between me and you.
Okay.
Dr. McFeel and a few others.
Sounds good.
We should be elected, right? What do you think about that? With a large budget. Give us a large budget. We'll make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Moving around the island, I'm noticing, and with the talk, all right, everything that is, and we talk about this, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we always talk about this, things Cayman is changing so fast. you never thought that we would be outnumbered in people and persons on the island. We didn't thought about that, right? So that is happening. We got rid of the things that should be protected. OC is not protected on the island. The blue iguana, if you ever dare hit one of them with your car, you go to jail, right? You go to jail, right? So they're very protected. But when we had the Cayman protection law, no, that was not politically correct, or that didn't sound good. That's no. We got to get rid of that. Who should you protect, OC? But the Caymanians. This is Cayman, right? So we should have some degree of protection, just like how you protect your yard. And then everybody can walk up in your yard because you got a level of protection that is surprisingly waiting on them somewhere about, right? So things are changing so rapidly. OCI, we walk along the surf, the beach, all our life, and now I'm noticing all them little fishes that we used to see, all the big school of fries that we used to see that it looked like it was like a cloud coming. Remember that? All that now has diminished. All the little, remember the skill pots? All that now gone. The periwinkles, the little periwinkles, the little small wilks. We didn't pick the little small wicks. They had to be them good giant size ones.
Yep.
Before we pick them, that is how we grow. That is our custom. That is our culture. That was everything. We didn't catch a little small fish. If you was to take that home, your parents would have to kill you. You couldn't do that.
Yep.
And if you happen to catch one, you let it go. You take the hook out and you sit back in the water. Now, all that is not the norm in Cayman. It's a whole different ball game. You cannot go along the beach and see the little mangroves and the little thing like how we enjoy and stuff like that. All the fries. There's no more fries. I've been checking. I don't see any. I walked the beach up until yesterday evening. That's why I'm calling you now. And it came to my mind. I say, everything that Caymanian is disappearing, and whatever not disappearing, they make it hard for us to continue the culture or heritage. Now, I'm hearing that for me to catch two chickens and put in a coop, I got to bill it to hurricane strength.
Not really.
That's what I'm hearing.
If
I'm got to sustain a category 3 hurricane. That true?
Well, I think that story is all about persons who were they were housing the chickens for commercial purposes. They were also probably doing it in a residential area. Thus, complaints that were made to the planning department in relation to it. I believe if you decide that you're going to do a little 4x6 to keep chickens in your backyard and your what is it called again? I'm trying to remember what the strata laws would determine. As long as you're not in violation of that is all you need. But if you're going to be doing it on a commercial level or commercial scale, then that is what is required. I believe people.
But on a commercial scale, I don't think they should insist too much on how sound the structure is. That should be depending on the area you're doing it, whether you can do it in that area or not. That's what they should implement.
But what about the structure as well? Do you want
a residential area is not an appropriate place for a chicken to be commercially raising chickens?
Yeah, but do you want a situation where if there's severe weather that those the flock then is exposed and possibly could be destroyed as a result of that as well. So it's,
we'll see if, common sense now, I mean, you always say not that common no more, but if common sense, if you're investing money, which always common sense, always common sense, if you're investing money now, so if you invest in money, you, as the investor, would definitely make sure that your little structure is sound, that in God plan B in case of weather approaching, because, if that's not the case, then your flock will be lost. So.
Yeah. Caymanians would normally do that. I remember now, where our house is, right? Which is now the office, still the office there, right? Now,
you're still talking like it's still your house or house.
I may try to reclaim it. I may try to reclaim it one of these days.
Okay.
But you had Mr. Ernest Panton's house that was to the west of ours, right? Kirk Plaza wasn't built then, right?
Yeah.
At that time, you also had, we had an outside latrine on that property, and most houses, that's all they had was outside toilets, right?
Yeah.
And then adjacent to that, we had a chicken coop that was there. And even in that chicken coop, my mother used to grow the mutton peppers. There were mutton pepper trees there that were like 5 and 6 feet tall, those mutton pepper trees that were grown there. In this day and age, if we were still there, we would not be able to do that.
Right.
But we whatever we had for our fowls, we made sure that it was sturdy, that it was stable, that it could withstand.
Because your parents had good common sense. Right. That's what I'm saying now.
99.99% of Caymanians at that point in time had that and exercised common sense because we didn't have any legislation that told you this is what you should do, this is what you should do. You had to take your own initiative.
Right. Use your own initiative.
Yes.
So say that is what it, and like I say, that we losing too. You see?
Yeah.
Because everything now got to be legislated. You got to tell us what this to do. You got to do that. Back in the day, even the zinc that they put on the roof, the nails went in on a certain angle where they couldn't be pulled out from the wind. Yeah. I was one of the older men in East End were telling me that because I was telling them how a house, when the hurricane passed, the Ivan, how there's a little old house on stilts, end up by itself out on the beach in Peace Bay, and all the modern homes around it were licked down, and not even to a zinc went off it. And he told me there was a special way of putting the nails into the zinc
at an angle,
on a particular angle, and it had to be on a particular degree. I think that degree was the head would be facing the prevailing winds, something like that. He was explaining to me, So we had all that. That haven't been passed on because we do shingle, we do all kind of things now. But still, all that knowledge would have been nice to pass on to our people. If we lose one thing, then we get where we're gonna lose everything.
Yeah.
Nothing have been passed it down. The way we fish, the way we take care of the ocean. Fish was always there for us, also, because the way we took care of the ocean, we took care of the ocean too,
Yeah.
We made sure that the sharks didn't come within the shorelines too. I'm hearing now the sharks are going Stingray City and attacking all the stingrays, right? Which is one of our most attractive places on the island where tourists is concerned. Now, sharks are out there. But we can't go out there and do anything to the sharks like our older people did. We would set line at night. If they found out there was a shark within the boundaries where we swim, they set a line at night, and they would catch that shark.
Yep.
And to make sure that they didn't, they wasn't there to attack us, swimmers.
But remember now that all of that is part of our ecosystem as well, in terms of the food chain. So the sharks, play a crucial role in our ecosystem, as well.
Well, we were part of that too. We were killing them to keep them from eating us too. How about that?
That's a good point. That's a good point for us to close it off. We've got to go to 8 o'clock news. Lord Graham.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Folks, top of the hour, 8 o'clock news. When we return, MP, Mr. Roy Tatum, will be in the studio with us. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Island.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. A 56-year-old man is arrested on suspicion of overstaying. Customs and Border Control says he's suspected of having been unlawfully in the Cayman Islands for approximately 15 years. He was taken into custody on July 20th during a CBC-led enforcement operation, supported by officers with the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service. He appeared in court the following Thursday and was remanded through October. Since the start of the year, CBC has taken enforcement action against 379 people suspected of overstaying. Cayman sees its fourth week of falling gas prices. According to the Utility Regulation and Competition Office, the average price of self-service regular gas fell 6 cents to $5.49 a gallon since the last check on July 29th. The average price for premium self-service dipped 4 cents, taking it to $6.01, and the average price of diesel is now $5.91, an 11-cent drop. According to Offreg, you can get the cheapest self-service regular gas at AA Red Bay for $5.38. That's the same as last week's lowest price. On the diesel side of things, refuel at the airport has the lowest price at $5.50 a gallon, down 2 cents from last week. You can find the latest gas prices at offreg.ky. In other news, as you heard right here on Radio Cayman, the Ministry of Health is looking to overhaul critical public health legislation, with 4 bills expected to go to Parliament in September after a public consultation period. One of those is the Public Health Bill, which will formally dedicate the Department of Public Health under the ministry rather than through the Health Services Authority. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Hilary Wolfe.
There is nothing that designates a public health department. It's something that has existed under HSA, but it's not actually a legal framework.
Having the duties of public health education and awareness falling under a department rather than a healthcare facility takes the burden off of the facility, and they can focus more on patient care.
Health Minister, the Honorable Catherine Ebanks-Wilkes, told Radio Cayman listeners on The Buzz the legislation also strengthens disease prevention, surveillance, and emergency preparedness, making sure government has set guidelines, protocols, and has a modern legal framework. Dr. Wolfe.
We want to really improve the collection and analysis of population health data. It's very difficult for HSA to do that for the whole country, and we really need to do that from the government standpoint so that we can work with all of the healthcare providers on islands to really collect the appropriate population health data, and then that will help us make decisions and put in place programs that will make people healthier.
Dr. Wolfe says the current system of reporting of notifiable diseases through the Health Services Authority is, quote, very underreported. The ministry is hosting a series of public town hall meetings to hear your views on the bills, with the official public consultation period expected to start next month. In regional news, the Jamaica Gleaner is reporting 1 in every 4 Jamaican caregivers says children under their supervision have experienced sexual exposure or grooming attempts linked to social media use. The findings form part of a national study commissioned by the Health Ministry to guide potential state regulation of social media use for minors. Of the more than 1,000 adults asked to indicate the kind of negative encounters minors in their care have been exposed to, 16% said sexual consent, while 9% said unwanted sexual messages or grooming. A further 16% said minors were exposed to violent and disturbing content. 16% said that because of social media, they suffered sleep loss, anxiety, or emotional distress. And 12% said they were exposed to harmful misinformation or dangerous online challenges. The Jamaica Health Ministry says the results show, quote, overwhelming public support for some levels of government action. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller.
BBC News with Danielle Jałowiecka. European football's governing body is holding an emergency meeting as outrage grows over FIFA's plans to sell stakes in major tournaments, including the World Cup, to private investors. These would be led by a firm linked to President Trump's extended family. The EU's sports chief condemned FIFA for what he called relentless and corrosive commercialisation. Iran has condemned US-Saudi strikes in Iraq, saying they're an attempt to expand the war in the region. An Iran-aligned militia in Iraq, the Popular Mobilization Forces, says at least 20 of its members were killed in the overnight attacks. BBC News.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Water Authority Cayman wishes to advise the motoring public of upcoming wastewater infrastructure works along West Bay Road in the vicinity of Governor's Beach. This work is scheduled to begin on Monday, 20th July and will take place daily between the hours of 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Additional work may take place outside these hours as needed. The works will take place along West Bay Road between the Lime Tree Bay Avenue, West Bay Road intersection and just south of the Pinnacle condominiums. The project is expected to take place over 2 weeks. To facilitate the works, a portion of the southbound lane of West Bay Road will be diverted to the center turning lane. Traffic control measures will be in place to direct traffic flow. Motorists are strongly encouraged to follow all traffic signs and to drive with caution while in the area. Additionally, the works will require the closure of a portion of the sidewalk in the work zone. Signage will be in place to divert foot traffic. We encourage pedestrians to be mindful and proceed with caution when walking in the area. If at any point the scope of the works changes, the Water Authority will post updates to its website www.waterauthority.ky. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause and thank you for your patience as we work to maintain and improve the reliability of your wastewater system.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Synopsis indicate expect a few showers and isolated thunderstorms across the Cayman Islands today as lingering moisture from the recent tropical wave interacts with an upper level low. Shower activity is forecast to gradually diminish this evening as the moisture and upper level low move westward into the Western Caribbean. Radar imagery currently indicate isolated showers in and around the Cayman area moving westward. Now the forecast for today calling for partly cloudy skies becoming cloudy at times with a 60% chance of showers and thunder, and showers will be locally heavy at times. Temperatures will rise near the low 90s with a heat index of 109 degrees Fahrenheit. Your winds will be east at 10 to 15 knots with higher gusts and showers, and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Forecast for tonight calling for partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers and temperatures falling to the low 80s tonight. Your winds will be east at 10 to 15 knots, seas light with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. High tide this morning 2 minutes after 9, low tide this afternoon at 3:18, and a high tide again tonight at 2 minutes past 10. The sun will set this evening at a minute after 7 and will rise tomorrow morning at 2 minutes past 6. And the outlook is calling for an increase in chance of showers from Friday as another tropical wave approaches the Cayman area. That's the very latest on your weather report.
We were set to battle, and your Aunt Angie was leading the pack when...
Aunt Angie, what does this have to do with car damage?
Oh, right. Well, long story long. I took down the assassins and wound up inventing a new form of mixed martial arts. I became an international champion until one sore loser karate kicked my car. But I was covered with CG.
Covered for malicious damage and more. CG Britcay. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Hello, Cayman. I am Renicia Farron, your contestant number 3 in this year's pageant. I am 18 years old, proudly representing Bordentown, and honored to call Newlands my home. I'm incredibly proud to be sponsored by Healthcare Community Nurse for the Seniors. a Caymanian-owned home healthcare business dedicating to providing quality care to our seniors around Cayman. My platform is Empowering Elders Driven by Youth, focusing on bridging the gap between our generations. For the past 2 years, I've worked as a certified healthcare aide, witnessing firsthand the struggles our elders endure every day. The Lions motto, "We serve," reflects the heart of my platform, as I believe young people should actively step in, learn from our elders, and help preserve our culture and traditions. I want to ensure our elders feel valued and heard while inspiring our youth to recognize their role in safeguarding our heritage. I can't wait to see you all on August 8th.
The 7:20 a.m. Weather Report, Monday through Friday, is brought to you by Credit Union, on the road to 50 years of serving our members. Visit creditunion.ky to join today.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, no Cayman, Cayman right. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Top of the morning, let's check in now with traffic, see what's slowing, what's flowing. Coming from the east on Shamrock Road, further up, traffic moving pretty good. Further down, a little different story, a little steadier traffic as you approach to the Linford Pearson Highway, but nothing to worry about too much. Traffic coming off of Bobby Thompson Way moving at a moderate pace, as well as Agnes Way. Crew Road traffic flowing pretty good, heading towards the Georgetown area, and heading east on Crew Road traffic is light to moderate. And light traffic on Owen Roberts Drive. Coming from the West Bay 4-way stop, traffic flowing pretty good. And as we turn our attention now to the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz, traffic heading towards the Georgetown area is steady, and heading towards the West Bay area in front of the Ritz, traffic moving at a moderate pace. Gone for Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue flowing pretty good in both directions. Industrial Park area moving at a moderate pace. Now, if you've seen accidents or incidents, let us know by calling us at 949-6990. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic. Remember, click it or ticket. Buckle up.
Start your year off right with Subway's Fresh Fit menu. 4 protein-packed subs with 20 grams or more protein, under 500 calories, and loaded with full servings of crisp veggies on hearty multi-grain bread. Try the grilled chicken and avocado, the ham and turkey stacker, the seasoned steak and avocado, or the turkey and ranch delight. Big flavor, plenty of protein, and fresh veggies in every bite. Fuel your day the Fresh Fit way. Only at Subway. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
When I first started going to healthcare pharmacy, it was because it was convenient. But over the years, I continued to shop there because I trusted them. One day I was picking up my prescription, and the pharmacist noticed an over-the-counter medication in my basket. She said, "I hope that's not yours. It will interact with your prescription." And I thought, wow, thank you. Trust is so important when it comes to your health. Healthcare Pharmacy, with 2 locations, Grand Harbor and Governors Square, where they care about my health.
In accordance with the Standards in Public Life Act, persons in public life must submit their 2026 declarations to the Register of Interests by 30th of July. Persons in public life include members of Parliament, senior public servants, members of governing bodies of statutory authorities and government companies, and members of commissions. Failure to submit a required declaration is an offence under the Act and can result in penalties. For more information or to file your 2026 declarations to the Register of Interests, visit www.standardsinpubliclifecommission.ky/register-of-interests by 30th of July.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Just an adjustment to the schedule. So Mr. Roy Tatum will be in the studio with us from 9 o'clock. So we're going to leave the phone lines open. I believe before we went to the 8 o'clock news, we did have a caller on hold on WhatsApp, but we were unable to accommodate that caller. I would encourage that caller to call back now because the phone lines remain open until 9 o'clock. Meanwhile, let me remind you the numbers. If you're calling from a flow number, you can use our toll-free number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp number 925-3261. If you want to talk about chicken coops and the requirements, if you want whatever it is that you want to talk about, as long as it's fit to be broadcast on radio, we can talk about it as well. We continue. The dialogue continues, contrasting and comparing what indigenous generational what Caymanians do and the influence of others who come from other jurisdictions where the lifestyle, the way of life, the way things are done, completely different. I want to go back to the chicken coop case again. And just my observation of it is, based on what I read, those individuals who were being charged, they were involved in some type of commercial farming. It appears as if it may have been in a residential neighborhood, a residential area, and that complaints may have been lodged against it. Their inability or failure to abide by instructions from the planning department eventually led to these particular cases as well. It is my personal opinion, based again on what I have read, that the government isn't enforcing a thing where if you have, any chickens out, that it has to be withstand a Category 3 hurricane. And I believe that it would be useful, and I'm sure that I'll have to look to see whether or not any guidance has been put out by the planning department in relation to this, or because it is still sub judice, that means that it is still being dealt with by the courts, that they may not want to do anything at this point in time. But I did see, on another show, I did share with you for commercial purposes, I did share with the audience, what had been listed by them. So if you want to talk about chicken coops, we can talk about that. I think what is also extremely important is this article in the Compass today in relation to the UK reshuffle. And as a result of that reshuffle, we have seen Stephen Doughty, who was the Minister for the Overseas Territories, replaced by Uma Kumaran. She has now been appointed as the Minister for Overseas Territories. And this is this article is written by James McKeague. And it starts off by pointing out that fresh details have emerged about the move that sees relative political newcomer Uma Kumaran replace Stephen Doughty as Minister for the Overseas Territories. pause there for a second because we have a caller. We're going to take the caller on WhatsApp. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hey, good morning, Mr. O'Connor.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Okay, and you, sir?
I'm pretty good. We're getting an echo from you. If you're on the speaker, you want to come off the speaker, please.
You hear me now?
Yes, much better.
Okay, concerning tsunamis, tsunami warnings after an earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
The government needs to bring a motion to the floor of the House that those people in the private sector who have high-rise buildings, such as hotels or corporate buildings or any other places of business, such as buildings that may be 5 stories or higher. And that can include the government building too. That when there is a tsunami warning, that the residents and the people of the Cayman Islands are able to take refuge in those buildings without being stopped from doing so.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it comes to a tsunami, they always say to go inland and to go as high as possible in countries that may have mountains. Cayman is flat, 7.5 miles wide, which means if we have a tsunami that could be 100 miles wide, and the wave could be 100 feet tall, which means that everything could be swept into the ocean. And those people that are not swept into the ocean may be drowned in their own homes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the government needs to take this serious, and the private sector, and join together and help it to save lives. Because when there's an earthquake, they tell people to evacuate buildings and go into open land. But then when there's a tsunami warning, going into open land isn't going to save you. Getting to higher ground, into a building 5 stories or higher will save you. Especially a building that is strong. And most of the buildings in Cayman now are brand new buildings. And these buildings can save a lot of lives, including those members of the Legislative Assembly.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller, as well for that. We do have another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Good morning, caller. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, O.C.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm blessed another day above the ground, and I'm thankful.
Great.
2 things. First thing I would like to ask you if you know of anyone who still have the mutton pepper trees. I heard you talking about it earlier on with Lord Graham. I've been looking for one of them for I don't know how long. We can't find them. All you can find now is Scotch bonnet.
Yeah, the other day, there was someone who said they had mutton pepper, and you know the sort of like the oval shaped ones. That's the ones that we used to get in the day. Hopefully, someone is listening here, and if you know someone who has mutton peppers or mutton pepper seeds, pass that information on. That would be good.
Yeah. And the second thing I want to talk to you about is this cigar business, this seaweed. I think what the government needs to do is people, the nice people that program they have. Get them some waders, those are the water boots that come way up on your leg, and let them take that seagrass out of the water. Use the rake, plastic rakes, and rake it in, because that keep coming in as fast as you move it, and keep coming in.
Yeah.
And pile it up someplace, take wheelbarrows, put it someplace, and then they take the tractor and lift that up and put it in the truck and take it down there where they got all that material stored. And maybe we can use it later on for manure or something like that. But that is killing the seagrass. I heard Lord Jim talking about we can't find the still pots and we can't find the little small fish. That seaweed is causing the grass to die, and then the fish don't have no place to hide. So the bigger fish gonna eat them faster. I had been talking about the shark. We need to do something about the shark. The sharks are just becoming such a big population here that we're not going to be able to go in the water. And the thing in it is when they can't get the fish to eat, because remember now when they started to destroy the fish then going to migrate. They're going to leave because they're going to look for a safe place to be. And what happened, we need to put some kind of restrictions on to reduce the shark population. I know that the government would jump down my throat about that, because that the tourists, that they claim tourists. But wait till the day you hear a tourist get eaten by a shark here, and then the farmland and in the United States sue the Cameroon government for negligence for having so many sharks around, encouraging the sharks, and then they'll know where they stand, But unfortunately, all they will do is put the prices up on things that will hurt me and you as a common person out here. So anyway, we'll see. You have a good one, but I think that is funny that the government is trying to.
Yeah.
They would try to put it in place, because we need to get rid of this seaweed. I mean, I grew up in East End, and we never had this before till now.
Yeah. Now on the shark situation, remember the shark had been they designated as a protected species, I believe. And what happens with that is that when you put protections in place, then after a while you find that the population exceeds what it may have been before, and that may be where we have reached as far as this shark population is concerned. And so as a result of that, yes, maybe some sort of controlled, not culling, but because there are several jurisdictions, and I know in Cayman, if the Bajan, not singling anybody out, but the Bajan community in Cayman love shark meat to eat. And I'm sure that there are probably other nationalities here that do the same as well. So, that is something to look in, that should be looked into as well, caller. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but you see, the thing in it is they don't, the government don't allow us to catch the shark.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to catch them, and that's the problem.
Yeah, well, if the population is getting overbearing, then something needs to be done, yeah.
It's not getting, it is overbearing right now, Anyway, so you have a good one. And
thank you.
If I was here with someone, just drop it on your talk show.
We'll certainly do. We'll certainly do. Yes.
Straightening that thing out with the passport issue.
Okay.
I call you about.
Yeah.
And the next thing I would like to say to you is, see if you can get Dr. Stephen turn on the radio to discuss naturalization and.
Okay.
Because that's a very important subject.
Okay, excellent.
Take care and have a good one.
You too. Take care now. Susan, you want to take the commercial break first? We can take a quick caller before we go to the commercial break. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC.
Hey, morning. What's up? I was gonna call you. I was on the little bypass there the other day, and only. That was the first time that I really saw the magnitude of what's taking place over there.
We creating another city out there.
Yep.
When you're talking about 300 homes and all that kind of stuff, affordable homes.
Yes. Well, I wonder about affordable, because I see where on the main road out there, right by Woodland Drive, $500,000 for a unit over there if you want to purchase. I'm not sure how many rooms. $500,000, $500,000.
And you don't even have your own land, eh?
No, and you're right by the road there where, noise galore.
I think we have outpriced ourselves in lots of ways, and it is becoming unaffordable, and especially young ones, those young professionals, they still got to stay home with their parents. I know my son had to stay with me for a while before he could afford to go anywhere. They can't afford it. And you remember our parents, by their actions and verbally, told us, if you work hard, you can succeed. But the first thing you have to do is go buy a piece of land and build a house. Put shelter over whatever family you're going to start.
Yep.
And we knew that. I mean, in 1984, 83 or 82 or something like that, I bought a piece of land in Savannah Acres, 17,000. No, see, that piece of land is, without my house, is nearly 200,000 at this stage. Some of it is going over 200,000. I want to know where we're going. I mean, nobody can survive in this country with those kind of prices. And forget about West Bay Beach, which is ours, but the prices have pushed us out into the, you want to call it suburbs, the country, or whatever, and it keeps pushing us further and further out into the country. We're not allowed to invest in those things, and these young professionals come home, they get a job, or they're overqualified, and they get a little job, and they can't even afford a car to get to work. It's getting bad. It's getting bad, but we need to address it somehow. I'm glad to see some of this government is addressing some aspect of it, and I should applaud them for that.
Yep.
And I think that, and I will publicly acknowledge that I said some rough things about Andre Eubanks on the campaign trail, but he was magnanimous to call me to go do some work for him. So you have to respect someone who can go beyond that. And then
Yes.
there are others in this government who doesn't want him to make me get involved and utilize my expertise, whatever that is. I don't know how much it is, but I know there were plenty of things I did. They then argue that Arden said some bad things about us during the campaign. Hey, if you're going to be a little baby, then stay out of politics. I suffered it for 30 years. And I kept telling people the first time I knew Lester McLean raised the teeth was when I went in politics. People didn't know anything about stealing. And all of a sudden, everybody believed I was stealing something. I was this, I was corrupt. I didn't know that they raised the teeth. I didn't know. But you have to take it if you don't have thick skin. For instance, I've been out now, 5, 6 years, something like that. I don't even know. 21. 5 years? Yeah. And they still got a pep on me, and that will be forever. I cannot even give my children money because there needs to be an investigation. That's how this works, but it was in contribution to a country, and this is my payback. This is my payback.
Yep.
I got 2 boys that is in a little bit, and they're frustrated with it. They're very frustrated with it. But, I guess we both have to live with it. I just tell them to stay away from politics because their children will get in the same thing. That's all.
Yep.
Anyway,
okay.
I want to talk 2 things briefly, though. See, your previous call, one before your last caller, talking about moving the government to force people to use their buildings and tsunami and whatnot. for his information and everybody's else information, eminent domain authorizes the government to commandeer whatever is necessary in this country in public interest. So you don't need no motion for that. Government can go there and take over the building.
Yep.
Okay? That's eminent domain. So maybe they want to look up what eminent domain, what else it entails. And the other thing was...
And also, I would imagine that under state of emergency, it can be done as well. Yeah.
Yeah, under state of emergency, but you know what happens with emergency? State of emergency. For those who don't know, when only the governor can declare a state of emergency. I said this on the radio before. And the governor's in charge. Parliament falls away. Okay? Parliament falls away. The members of Dinwiddie did that. And Dinwiddie, or whatever his name was, and he was in charge of this country during Ivan. And you remember the crying he had? Because he couldn't handle it. But it was too late. It was a state of emergency. And that one Taylor wanted to do it too during COVID. And he said that, the parliament can't meet, so we'll do a state of emergency. And Al didn't call me. I was leader of the opposition. And we stopped him. You know what we did? Went down to parliament and allowed and changed the standing orders that we can meet by electronic means. So he didn't have that as an excuse. So, state of emergency is not a very good thing for this country because, I've always said these governors come here with their own personal agenda, including the one that is here now, and they come and they want to do what they want to do. And once we get that, with them not having any nexus to this country, we could be facing serious problems.
Yep.
So I wouldn't encourage the government to talk about state of emergency at no stage. And the other thing was, OC...
Very quickly, because I gone past my break, but go ahead.
The police can't be everywhere, OC, and they're stretched to the limit. But people need to stop disrespecting the rules of the road in this country. I come up here every morning, OC, and they're overtaking on that solid line. They're overtaking on the left of you. I don't know what we're going to do. But in them buses, if somebody don't control them, you're going to have a catastrophic incident in this country that you will see bodies laid out in the middle of the street,
Yep.
What have you? Anyway, that's my pet peeve this morning.
All right, thank you very much. We have a couple of callers on hold still. Take this commercial break. When we return, we will accommodate your call, so please stay tuned.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
This is Will Sinatra. Just want to say a very special congratulations to Loxley Banks on having the building named after him, as well as happy 50th anniversary to Radio Cayman.
I can feel it. I'm the world's greatest.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. One of our listeners, in relation to Lord Graham's conversation, about the marine life in Cayman. Another person said, "What about the land crabs as well?" Yeah, and that's another story in relation to land crabs, and we're seeing less and less of them as well. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Dorsey.
Morning. How are you?
Morning, Mario Eubanks. You okay?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Yeah, giving thanks too. We had a little earthquake shake yesterday, but thank God it wasn't any worse.
Yes.
Also, thank God that we have a good safe hurricane season so far. Continuing to pray for that to be the case at the end of November.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple of quick things. The issue about the chicken coops. I found that to be very interesting as well. I was talking to a friend of mine a couple of days ago about that, who's a lawyer, and for people to have to get, I believe it's a hurricane standard or category 3 standard for chicken coops in your backyard. That's what the rule, I think, is, right? This new rule.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to check and see if it's in your backyard or whether or not it is for commercial purposes. Those commercial purposes.
Yeah, I wasn't just anything at all, whether it's backyard or farm or whatever. But I thought we've been trying to encourage people to catch some of these wild chickens and get them to lay eggs and supply your home or your neighborhood for that to be put in place. Seems to be overkill, but I don't know all the facts, so I just wanted to comment on that if that's the case. But what I want to comment about is you and I favorite topic, transportation planning.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, because schools are out for the summer, traffic is a lot better, but that'll change in September for the worse.
Yep.
Even coming out of Badamanu road in the mornings on the bypass there, the the Tibbetts bypass, whatever that extension is called. I hope we get a new name sometime soon. But traffic now is pretty good. During school time, the traffic can be backed up as far as from the Badamanu turn all the way down to the Yacht Club roundabout. But what I think is also important is looking at the DART agreement that was signed several years ago. Remember, I think it was called the NRA agreement that caused from the bypass to be constructed, and all the kind of investment partnership that took place between government and DART. But remember that site that the Hotel Indigo is now located was originally earmarked to be public space for greenery and for camping and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And then, unbeknown to all of us, all of a sudden that was closed off, and then a big concrete, edifice to put up there. I mean, a nice hotel, very good quality and all that. But my point is that it was originally set out to be public open space for the people. Now, we also see the old West Bay Road that runs along the beach that was closed off for the Kimpton development. That was supposed to have, unfortunately, it was closed. But what they said as a compromise is that they're going to leave the reservation there, the roadway there, that could be opened up in the event of emergencies, where the bridge or the bypass was closed off permanently or compromised, that you'll have an alternative route for people going in and out of West Bay. Now, I don't know if I know you've been down there because you're riding every week, and you otherwise are informed.
Mhm.
That area that was on a Coleman Corner that was open, and you could walk through or drive through.
Yes.
And cars could go through if you move some of those boulders. That's all now closed off, fenced off, filled, and apparently a new hotel is going down there as well. When they had the Indigo situation, nothing was said about it. Now this other one is being developed. Signs are there. There's a development taking place. Nobody's saying what's going to happen. I've asked the Premier about 3 times to what's going on. He said he's looking into it and if he would say something to the public. But I think that the public needs to know what's happening from good governance point of view, but also what is going to be the impact on traffic and congestion and emergency routes and overall transportation planning. So I just want to leave those those points with you. I can talk a lot more, but others are on the call as well. So I want to share those concerns this morning, and hopefully they'll have some discussion about it. And hopefully the Premier will say something about what's happening with this new site that's being prepared for. I think it's going to be a new hotel.
Okay, yeah. Would need to know.
Yeah.
Might be able, I would imagine, you could probably make an inquiry from planning as to whether or not any planning permission has been sought for that particular site. If you know the block and parcel number, you could do an FOI request.
We're looking into it, but apparently under the DART development thing, there's a PAD. I think that stands for Plan Area Development. And in that PAD, one thing about the DART organization, when they plan things, they plan. They plan long term.
Yes.
And apparently, that area is designated as for development, but it wasn't always the case. So something has changed. And that's where we need to know. And the Premier should know. I mean, I would have thought he would know. So I think he needs to say something because communication is a hell of a thing, right?
Certainly, yes, yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Susan. Let's take that break now, and we still have another caller on hold as well, folks. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN money transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Think on an okay, man? Get out and explore the legends behind our landmarks competition. Visit any landmark on the interactive map, snap a photo or video, then share it to Instagram or Facebook and tell us what you learned. Tag at MYSCH_Kman and use hashtag legends behind our landmarks for your chance to win weekly prizes and 2 major prizes. The more landmarks you visit, the more chances you have to win. Visit Legends Behind Our Landmarks.ky and find out where we from. Brought to you by the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage.
Butterfly Garden. That is the theme for this year Miss Teen Cayman Islands pageant.
Get ready for an unforgettable night. The 42nd annual Miss Teen Cayman Islands pageant takes place at the Lions Community Center on Saturday, August 8th.
We open the gates at 5:30 p.m. and the show begins at 7 p.m.
You can grab your tickets now at Ticket Plus, Funky Tanks, and Winner Circle.
Seating options include premium seating, $75 pre-sold, or $100 at the gate, and general admission at $40 pre-sold or $50 at the gate.
Tickets for children ages 6 to 12 are also available for $15 pre-sold or $20 at the gate.
We would like to extend a huge thank you to our sponsors: the Ministry of Education and Training, the Ministry of Tourism and Trade, Winner Circle, Grand Ole House, and King's Sports Center. Thank you also to our corporate sponsors: Cayman Airways, Custom Graphics.
We also appreciate the support of the Caymanian Times, Island Embroidery, Radio Cayman, Donna, and farmer Miss Earth Leticia Bush.
We look forward to seeing you at the Lions Center on Saturday, August 8th.
And don't miss the highlight of the evening, the amazing opening dance performed by your own contestants.
Join us for the Miss Teen 2026 pageant. We are young, transformed women in a changing world.
Hi, I'm Kenneth Bryan, the Deputy Leader of the Opposition. 50 golden years. Happy birthday, Radio Cayman. I'll never forget in 1988 when Hurricane Gilbert was passing through, my family and I and my mom were all in the middle school hall, staying protected. And while so many people were nervous and scared, throughout all the chaos of the noise and the wind, there was one reassuring voice being heard, and that was Radio Cayman, always being there for us through the good and the bad. Happy birthday, Radio Cayman, from my family, from my constituency, Georgetown Central, and all the People's Progressive Movement. Happy birthday.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me now, Mr. MLA, or MP. I get that MLA. That's a long time going now.
So folks still use that.
Yep. MP, Mr. Roy Tatum. Of course, you know he represents the constituency of Red Bay in Parliament. Good morning, sir. Welcome to For the Record. We still have a caller on hold, Ms. Susan? Two callers on hold. So we're going to introduce Mr. Tatum, and then we're going to take the two callers before we go to our 9 o'clock headline news.
Let me quickly and just say good morning to you again. And as I mentioned to you by WhatsApp earlier, I had something to get done.
Yes.
Quick o'clock this morning, so I'll get here by 9. So good to be here with you, sir. Good morning to my wonderful constituents of Red Bay, all of Grand Cayman, and as always, my friends and family in Cayman Bracken, Little Cayman. And good morning, Miss Susan.
Okay. Good to have you.
Good to be here.
Let's grab our caller. Caller, we have 8 minutes. We're going to try to fit in two calls within that period of time. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, O.C. How you doing?
Morning. I'm great. How are you?
Good. I'm sorry for the slip of the tongue a couple of days ago. I would get emotional.
Okay. Understood.
Morning, Mr. Tatum, sir.
Morning, sir. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Good to hear you.
Yeah, we talk about the foul, couldn't all right? But I just telling you this because something I know. Whenever the North would be better foul, could be that 1,800 chicken, and it was 100 by 100, and it was other steel for category 4 hurricane. Because when a hurricane is coming, them chickens have no way to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So that's done. What's more important to me that I campaigned for 5 years ago, going on 6, was if elected, I would go to the governor personally, and so personal and in Parliament, and ask the governor and the premier to allocate $200,000, $300,000 for a squad from the customs and the police to do nothing else but
hunt over illegal immigrants. You see, strictly deal with that part of enforcement, but nothing happened. No, we got a gentleman there. I'm assuming that the gentleman is from Jamaica, right? That overstayed 15 years in this country. Now, in my honest opinion, this is my opinion, your friend Donald Trump, when he find him, he puts him on a plane and sends them home. Okay? Now, that gentleman was here 15 years overstaying. He was living amongst his own people. He was working for Caymanians or his own people getting jobs from Caymanians or foreigner. Anyhow, he was not stealing. And if that man could survive 15 years illegally and not get himself in trouble, I think it's a shame to send that man a long time in Northwood. Because in my opinion, he was a better citizen than me, because I can't go that long without getting in trouble. 15 years, that's a long time.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But it's real, but do you see the problem that we have?
Oh, yes,
right?
yes.
Oh, see, let's face it now. I heard you reminisce about New York thing, and I talked to Charlie and all. You know Charlie Tatum, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. Up until yesterday, we were talking about you guys in New York and different guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you guys was in New York as Caymanians, when they needed help when they went to Caymanians, right?
Yep.
Well, it's the same thing here. Any nationality that is overstaying, they can get help from their own people. That's plain simple. So, what, in my honest opinion, we need a squad strictly for cleaning up this country, because it's I say this on the campaign fair, it's not none of 2,000-3,000 people at any given time that is overstaying. Some might just stay 6 months and get some money and go. Some stay and do what they got to do, and if they get rid, they stay forever, right? But it is going on seriously, and we rather talk about some of the little petty thing than the real issue. Illegal immigrants is a real issue, you know. It's a real issue around the world. Right? And now, Mr. Tatum, you're the opposition now. Try to see if you can find out something about the read and tell me how I want to feel about the paper that is out now. No read, no vote. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to read on that document that's out for discussion. I'm going to be doing that this weekend. So next week, God willing, I will cover it as well. I believe we can squeeze in one more caller. Less than 3 minutes. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, referring to Mr. Mario's call about the Holman Corner situation that's developing there. I'm sure some people remember when the Concerned Citizens Group, we were referred to as the crazy old ladies from West Bay, stood up and begged and pleaded with the government not to be so generous with this NRA agreement and for Cayman Alliance, that despite the fact that we'll be getting a nice new road as to the Tibbetts Highway, please do not deprive us, the public, to access through the old road.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you know, we were always wanting a second road. We never said we wanted the old one closed. But we were considered stupid and not seeing all the good that was going to come from it. But now it's I'm glad Mario is still able to speak so well on this situation. But is it a little bit too late now to complain about it? If the public had joined in with us, more of the public had joined in with us, the Concerned Citizens, in 2009, 10, 11, 12, maybe we would have had some results that now we wouldn't be sucking salt through a wooden spoon because of all that has taken place.
Mm-hmm.
Nevertheless, there's so many issues that Concerned Citizens like myself, and thank goodness there are still others, are trying to fight these issues, not because we don't want development, We don't begrudge people who are successful or anything, but we cannot be given away everything we have, and that's what happened with the West Bay Beach Road there. Now, so many people are complaining and finding they can't get access to the beach, and if they get onto it, we have owners in that area saying, you know, you're trespassing, get off, it's our beach, etc. It's a pity that others didn't join us at that time. But nevertheless, let us not give up. Let's continue to be a burr under the saddle of those people who are riding us, oppressing us in so many different ways. Let's keep up the fight, and whatever we can do to make a difference, let's do it. I know time is short, otherwise I could go on for a long time. Thanks very much.
You.
And let us all try to work together and see what's going on and try to make a difference. Like I said, we don't begrudge people who are successful. Never. In fact, I appreciate when I see people who are ambitious, hardworking, and then make a gold mine out of everything. That's good for them. But let's not deprive the public of the Cayman Islands to access that they, for generations, for hundreds of years, we know we've always had our West Bay Beach business. People would come up in their catboats along the West Bay Beach and then walk through. That's where a lot of those little paths, etc., developed. They would have their catboats on the beach. They would then walk through the bushes, the coca plums, etc., come across to their grounds or whatever they were doing on the other side of West Bay Road. There's so much that we have forgotten about the rights of the Cayman Islands and the rights of the general public, and to be told that things like beach accesses are not public interest matters. I think I'll stop there, but I believe you get the gist of what.
Yes, certainly. Thank you very much, caller.
Mr. Roy. God bless us all, and let's keep standing up for our rights. Be hospitable to our visitors or developers and things like that. But let's not forget that we have rights too.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. You do the same as well. Folks,
God
top of the hour, we're going to have our headline news, and then when we return, we will begin our conversation with MP Mr. Roy Tatum. So please stay tuned.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
The Department of Environment Shark Research team recently attended the world's largest shark conference. It was under the Sharks International banner, and it brought more than 800 researchers, conservationists, and policymakers to Sri Lanka from 81 countries, including 2 marine scientists from Cayman. In addition to attending a number of talks and workshops, the pair each individually presented an audience of hundreds as part of the 5-day conference. In international news, 4 women have accused Oscar-winning actor in 30 Seconds to Mars frontman Jared Leto of criminal sexual conduct, with the alleged offenses having taken place when they were teenagers. One of the women says she was sexually assaulted in a motel bathroom when she was 17. Another says the Hollywood star threatened her with sexual assault when she was 19 and had been unexpectedly left alone with him in a hotel room. The third describes how she had underage sex with the star in California when she was 17, which would be classified as statutory rape. And the fourth describes being groomed by Leto, saying he abused his celebrity status by making repeated sexually explicit phone calls to her when she was 16. In total, 10 women have spoken to the BBC documentary Jared Leto, Hollywood's Dark Secret, with 9 of them sharing their stories publicly for the first time. And Saudi Arabia and the United States have carried out strikes against Iran-backed militia in Iraq in a potential escalation of the Middle Eastern conflict. U.S. Central Command said the strikes were against Iran-aligned terrorists that the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps directed to attack U.S. forces and Saudi infrastructure. Iraq's paramilitary Popular Mobilization Forces, which is dominated by Iran-backed Shia militias, said at least 20 of its members had been killed in the U.S.-Saudi strikes on its bases. Those are your headlines. I'm Carsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Your Cayman Islands Health Services Authority has been the national healthcare provider of the Cayman Islands for many generations. We have elevated our level of care to ensure you, our patients, have the best possible experience. We offer better access to care close to home with the most locations on all 3 islands, delivering a full range of primary, secondary, tertiary, and emergency care. HSA is a JCI accredited organization, and we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome to For the Record. It is my pleasure to have on this segment of the show this morning MP Mr. Roy Tatum, representing the constituency of Red Bay. Sir, good morning again.
Good morning again, OC.
And the mic is yours to start off.
Thank you very much. I want to thank, though, the last 2 callers. I appreciate their points of view and perspectives. And like you, I'll be, once I've had a chance to get a better read of the paper from the Law Reform Commission on marijuana and decriminalizing it, not legalizing, decriminalizing it. Yes. I'll be better informed to weigh in. But that's certainly something I've supported for years. I've supported during my campaign. And I think Elvis is also aware of that. And then the lovely lady who called in, I thank her and everyone who worked with her. We do need individuals like that. She said that people referred to them as the crazy old ladies, but I think they had some guys, some men amongst the group as well. And I certainly didn't think they were crazy. They were Caymanians who believed in what they were doing and wanted to preserve a bit of this place for our people. So I thank her and all those involved again. So yes, good morning to you. Walking in here, and I just caught sight of Mr. Oxley, and it reminded me that walking in here and smiling as I looked at the building. I don't think I've been back since I was here for the opening yes. and the renaming. And I saw Loxley Banks Broadcasting Centre, and I have to say it brought a big smile to my face. And seeing him there now, just next to Susan, I just wanted to say how pleased I was to be here for the opening and the renaming is probably what it actually was. And how pleased I was just walking up to it this morning, just admiring and looking at it. I thought how fitting that really was. So hats off again to him and to Radio Cayman, and again for your 50th anniversary. The other thing I want to mention, you may have touched on it earlier on today, early this morning, I'm not sure. I wasn't able to listen to all of the show. I had some things I was getting done. But did you mention the Scranton, Central Scranton Park opening this coming Saturday?
No, didn't speak about that yet.
Well, that is going to be a tremendous event. I watched my colleague, MP Brian, the Deputy Leader of the Opposition, yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Somebody sent me a clip. He was on the midday show with Minister J. And I sent him a note after and told him I just watched the pride on his face as Minister J talked about the park. And it's going to be a unique thing for the Cayman Islands. I don't think there's any other park like it. I deliberately stayed away. I went there probably midway through construction. I deliberately stayed away. I wanted to see it when it was done, just to see the park in all its glory and see it essentially for the first time completed. And I'll be there this coming Saturday. I'm hoping everybody will be, or many people will be able to come down on Saturday between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. to the Central Scranton Park. I don't have the information with me with regards to parking, but I'm sure that'll be out in the media.
Yeah, but parking will be available, government parking area. I believe this here. I think they were also liaising with the Flowers Group. We know that Capital One parking lot will be available as well, and I believe that there is some area for the park, but that's going to be reserved for dignitaries and everyone else. But there seems as if there will be more than sufficient parking.
Yeah, I expected that would be the case.
And I think for those persons who may park in the government parking, the access to the park through the government fence line there will be open as well.
Brilliant stuff. That will be a big day for Cayman. Not just Georgetown, not just Central Scranton, but it's a wonderful thing to have a green space like that with a wonderful park, wonderful water features, places for kids, places for families, places for seniors. And the fact that, I take my hat off to him, and I said this to him yesterday, the fact that he was conscious enough to make sure that he also included some important people to our country. Miss Lucille Seymour and Dr. Frank McField. I thought that was hugely important, and I'm just glad he had the foresight to do that. So hats off to you, MP Brian. I told you yesterday I was proud of you. I just watched you listen. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but I watched the first bit of it, and I have to say I just felt so proud just watching you smiling when the park was being discussed. So, and there's lots of people, as he has said before, who has been along with him on the journey. The Central Scranton Committee, including people like Miss Lucille, Miss Christine, and lots of other people, Auntie and his family. Of course, my friends and colleagues, Kurt Tibbetts and Alda McLaughlin, who were involved in the early days with obtaining the early bits of the property, bringing it into government ownership so that this could begin. And then MP Brian, Deputy Opposition Leader, with what he did after that, along with the assistance of Minister Jay. So come out to that. That would be worth coming to. I view it as being historic. Right? It's the first park of its kind, and I'm really looking forward to being there and experiencing it and seeing it in all its glory.
Certainly the biggest thing that we have had for Georgetown since the opening of the Princess Royal Park in the 60s, which is where the Parliament building is now located.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I can't see if you can find any photos of that park.
I've seen some photos.
I'll try to find some.
Of it, yeah.
But I do recall that history.
And all that was really basically was because the almond tree remained there. Then there was a big metal play swing under the almond tree, which was next to Mr. William Nixon's store, and then you had sort of like a hedge towards the front, and then you had it was almost that building was almost like a gazebo like building, there, and basicking that was it.
And I became aware of it just because of my time in politics and talk to people like you who maybe, but it's not something I don't think that's broadly known throughout the island, especially with our younger people that actually used to exist there. Was there any hue and cry when that was being built in terms of waste of money or anything of that sort? Because there certainly was when the town hall was being built. I remember reading that history, and there was a lot of hue and cry about we didn't need that. Why was the government building it? And that's been such a hugely important.
Yeah.
Thankful the people of his day just ignored it and just went ahead and just got it done. But that town hall has been a hugely important part of our history.
I'm telling you, yes.
And a hugely important part of the Georgetown community.
Yeah. No, I don't recall there being, any opposition to that. And I think I'm trying to remember who was the name of the Princess Royal at that point in time. It might have been Princess Margaret,
Okay.
It was open, opened by her, but, anything.
So she was actually
anything
here to
relating
operate.
to,
Okay.
I believe so, yeah.
All right, didn't realize
Anything
that.
relating to the crown, people in Cayman didn't really have any opposition to those things.
And for the most part today, that's still the same. Let me know if you need to go to a break.
We'll go to the great break now, rather
thanks.
than having to cut your train of
Thank you.
thought. When we come back, folks, please stay tuned.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
Social media, X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Interact with our talk shows on YouTube. Download our official Radio Cayman app, or you can log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky. You can also add us to WhatsApp
on 925-3261.
All the latest information, breaking news, community events, and more. Radio Cayman.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. For those of you who are just joining us, my pleasure to have in the studio with me MP Mr. Roy Tatum. I believe we have a voice note that we're going to play, with your permission before we come back to you. Go right ahead, Miss Susan.
Pertaining to the guy that overstayed the 15 years, I mean, he broke the law and overstayed, but it's so sad that he gonna have to pay for that. But the people responsible, the government agencies that are responsible for making sure those things don't happen, nobody is not gonna be held accountable. Only the gentleman, and it's just so sad and unfair.
Okay, that was it for that. So you were talking about Princess Royal Park. I did a quick search here, Google search. I know in 1964, I believe it was, that Byron Lee and the Dragonaires performed there. So here is what AI says. It says Princess Royal Park no longer exists as a public park, as it is the historical site where the current Cayman Islands Legislative Assembly building Parliament stands today in Georgetown. History of Princess Royal Park origin. In 1960, Mary Princess Royal became the first member of the British royal family to make an official visit to the Cayman Islands, right? The naming, during her visit, she was greeted beside a town hall in Georgetown and planted a tree. The plot of land surrounding that tree was named Princess Royal Park in her honor. Then it talks about royal gatherings. In April of 1962, Prince Philip visited Grand Cayman and held a major public gathering at Princess Royal Park to meet local residents. Transformation, the open park land was later repurposed by the Cayman Islands government to construct the National Legislative Assembly building, permanently transitioning the site into the political hub of the country. So since then, we may have had the Dart Park in South Sound, but Scranton Park, nothing like it for Georgetown, or I would venture to say for any district in Cayman. You know, and I was thinking about it yesterday, and I'm saying to myself, you know, in the old days of politics and the campaigning, the constant refrain that you heard from politicians, especially the District of Georgetown and the District of West Bay, we're going to get a playing field for you. That was what was used to attract votes. We're going to get a playing field for you. And in this particular case, in the Scranton case, this is the only, and I'm not sure whether or not it was, part of his political manifesto in relation to the park. We know the commitments were there a long time ago, but one of the few times, first time that a delivery of this magnitude,
Yes.
has been accomplished.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And I take my hat off to him. Kudos to the minister as well, but MP Bryan has been determined to get this done. And again, congrats to him. Congrats to everybody involved. Congrats to Central Scranton Committee. This was a big part of the dream that they had, probably even a bigger dream that I even imagined would occur. So let's all get there on Saturday. Again, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, August 1st, the opening of the new Central Scranton Park. So looking forward to seeing it. And nuggets like what you just mentioned about the park, and the first royal who visited, I wasn't even aware of that. So these are the kind of things that we need to find ways to actually, even older heads like mine, make sure that we're aware of them. But especially our younger people. Especially our younger people. We're losing. They're losing the feel for what whence we've come, what made us the people that we are. We weren't always as well off as we are. We were. I remember stories my mother used to tell us. As you know, I lived where my dad worked with a Caymanian flagged ship. He was captain on a ship called the Adair. I think it changed the name afterwards to the Artemis. Caymanian flagged, Caymanian owned, but sailed out of Kingston. So we moved for a number of years to Kingston, like a lot of Caymanian families. We had Cayman Brackers. I lived in an area called Harborview. We had Cayman Brackers all around us, and it was at the dinner table with my mom, because my dad was at sea, telling stories about her childhood and people back home, and the number of Caymanians who passed through our home, joining a ship, going to the hospital, or had appointments in Jamaica, whatever it was, and just talking about Cayman Bracken and being home. And that was my connection over those years to things back here. But I remember her telling me about her childhood and how difficult it was. You walked to school with your shoes in your hands because the only pair of shoes you had. Right? You dare not tear a leaf out your school book because you were wasting the pages.
Exactly.
It was a hard time, but they made the best of what they did, of what they had, and to see what they made of their lives with the education that they had. My father was a master mariner, but when he died, I was looking through his stuff, and I was amazed. Captain Arlen Tatum, for those who may know him, looking at his master mariner's license, and saying he got a master mariner's license from New York. I think it was from the U.S. Coast Guard School, something like at age 25.
Wow.
It was just amazing. I remember being on the ship with him, just watching him with his sextant, taking sights, as he called it, going back into his map room and plotting where he was and plotting a course of where he wanted to go, and shouting to the young man on the with the wheel what course to steer, and just being amazed that these days we have GPS and you don't need these things.
Yeah.
So we have a wonderful history, and I really hope, I do my best to make sure my children remember it, but I just hope that we continue to do that. Minister Rankin in Parliament committed to me that he would work with me and with the Cayman Islands Sailing Club to get reinstituted a sailing program that the Cayman Islands Sailing Club used to have with the government schools to teach our young people sailing.
And our scouts as well.
And the scouts as well, okay.
Yeah, we had sailboats that were located there.
There you go. and they lost the government funding was stopped a number of years ago, and they've been trying to get the funding put back in place so they can get the program restarted. We had a meeting a few weeks back. Again, this is part of our heritage. It made no sense to me that we would not be trying to fund something that kept our young people connected with our heritage. And so therefore I'm hoping that we can actually get something done with that. I'm sure he will. The other thing he committed to me in Parliament, and I'm pleased to announce this morning, I mentioned before, but the Eddie Sanchez Community Park, he had committed to working with me to see if we can get a basketball court there. And that work has begun. It began a week or so back. And I was extremely happy to see that happening. And I want to thank the Minister. I also want to thank Island Paving, who came in and donating their time, I think materials and so on as well, to actually get that work done. Hats off to them. I gather it's not
Kudos to them.
I gather it's not the first time they're doing this. They've done it several times. It's another Caymanian family business giving back to our islands. So I thank them for that. But this is the work that we're doing with the park to try to, because one thing I realized early on when I was campaigning, because I used to go to the park, but not very often. But once you start going, you see there's things for young people to do. For those who want to walk, there's a walking space available. But for teenagers who like basketball and so on, it wasn't anything at all. So the basketball court will be a brilliant addition to that space. Mm-hmm. It'll be something that our older teens or teenagers and even young boys who play basketball will actually have a space available. And the Minister's also including a sport I don't play, which is pickleball. Oh,
I was going to mention that because that's becoming so much more popular.
Extremely popular.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a pickleball court as well as a basketball court. So that should be completed, I'm hoping by September or August sometime. And then the other phase is we could be looking at doing some improved lighting there. There's no funding now, but I'm hoping by the next budget we may be able to get something done in terms of bathroom facilities, proper, some more landscaping, some more shaded areas. So exciting times there. I want to thank the Minister and also his team for getting that done, and as I said, Island Paving. But I also want to thank, and I have to thank, the individual who got it all started, which was Sir Alden McLaughlin, who worked with the family of the late Eddie Sanchez. And I thank them as well, because they could have used that. It's a good-sized piece of property. They could have developed that themselves and made a whole lot more money than they did just selling the property to government. But again, they were thinking of community rather than self. And I thank them as well. So lots of good stuff happening there. So that is another of the things that I promised to get done. And I will take that. And when it's open, you'll see a bigger smile on my face as you see on MP Brian's face.
Yes.
When on Saturday, a smaller space, but I'll be equally proud. And I'm looking forward to the other improvements that will be happening there.
Certainly. We have a few callers on. Let's grab the WhatsApp caller first. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello, good morning, Mr. O.C.
Good morning, Rambo.
Hey, Rambo. Good morning, MPT. Good morning, Mr. Tatum. MPT Tatum.
Morning, Rambo.
First of all, Mr. Roy. First of all, I respect you, Mr. Tatum. During your campaign time, you advocated decriminalization, right?
Yes, sir.
And hence, you're still doing it. Respect, right? And I'll be sweet spicy, Mr. O.C. this morning, right? A minute. I'm right, acutely aware and intact, right? The former UDP party gradually stagnated, right? Political flatline, state of balance, equilibrium. See? So, Mr. Tatum, there's MLA, or Parliament now. MLA is obsolete. You keep the momentum as opposition, and the party open and ended, right? Keep that lit. Because winning a Parliament, it is no cakewalk. It is a walk. Keep that lit. Because you're aware in the UK with the fiasco, with the musical chairs. Yeah, you're welcome, sir. You're aware in the UK, the fiasco, musical chairs, up and down, right? right? So just keep that drive going on. This OC, have a good day. Mr. Tatum, take care, sir. Cool, sir.
Thank you very much, Rambo. You do the same.
Thanks, Rambo.
Well.
I want to thank Rambo for his kind thoughts and his kind words. I really appreciate it. And yes, it's certainly my intention to not only try to make sure that our party is relevant to the needs of the people, but I do my best also to get things done within the constituency. And the UK. I really hope this new Prime Minister gets things settled down. We do need the UK to be at its best. The world is a challenging, difficult place, and there's things that we will need assistance in, and we may need to reach out to them, but we do need for them to settle down. So far, things are looking good, but it is early days yet. We shall see. I've already heard the press having a few attacks at the new Prime Minister. But what's worrying for me, and I also hope this settles down, is that we now have a new Minister for Overseas Territories.
Yeah.
The UK changes Ministers of Overseas Territories like they change a hat or their shoes. And that is not good for us. Right? Not good for any of the overseas territories, because if they don't last long enough, they don't get a full appreciation of what we do, who we are, and therefore, if they have responsibilities for certain things that relate to the Cayman Islands, if they're chopped and changed every other day, that is not a good thing for us at all. It's really unhelpful and unsettling. I really don't know why they had to change. I had the new gentleman came in, he visited us, he saw us for the first time, he made relationships, but he's gone someplace else. So let's hope this lady lasts for the next 3 years.
It gives the appearance as if that post is nothing but ceremonial. And to a certain extent, if you dive deeply into it, at the end of the day, they can and will advocate for the overseas territories as much as they possibly can. But at the end of the day, they're going to be governed by the policies that have been established by the cabinet. And remember, these junior ministers, they don't sit in cabinet, as well. So it's almost ceremonial to a certain extent. We're going to take a commercial break. We still have another caller on hold. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
If you or your loved one is facing cancer, only Sylvester will stand firmly by your side at every step. From diagnosis through survivorship, providing you and your family peace of mind and assisting with everything you need before, during, and after your stay with us. Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center is South Florida's only NCI-designated cancer center and specializes in treating the most complex cancer cases. Your first-class cancer care is just a flight away. Learn more at sylvester.org.
Happy 50th anniversary, Radio Cayman. My name is Carl Brown. You're the spirit and the ethos of the Caymanian people. Lomax Rankin in the mornings. Cheryl Ann and Joy Brandon reading news. Dorian Miller, the first talk show host. Sportscaster Ed Bush. What a memory. Radio Cayman is more than the voice. It is the soul of the Cayman Islands.
With Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, Member of Parliament, Mr. Roy Tatum, representing the constituency of Red Bay. We do have a caller. Let's grab the caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Morning.
Morning. Roy, is Daryl Dakers. How are you today?
I'm good, man. You all right?
I am very, very thankful. You know, I heard you talking about basketball courts, which is wonderful, but I just want to bring something to your attention that was brought to mind. As you know, the rest of my life I dedicate to work with young people, and the young people are really crying as I meet and have meetings with them. And as you know, when we were growing up, we got opportunities from the elders. Mm-hmm. Many times it was very loving and it wasn't any money involved. And as a Christian, God don't expect, at least me, I can't tell you about other people, to go to four walls and just pray for people. The full gospel is to help people financially, encourage them in any way I can, and that should be all Christians. So saying that, it was brought to my attention, I see it myself, the basketball courts are booked by a certain nationality here, and the locals cannot get it. Now, I don't have a problem with the people on work permit playing there, because you know they need to their fun also. But we need to come up with something. Sometime you go there every week, you're seeing the same nationality, especially one down by Coca-Cola, by Kirk Supermarket. So I think for those people to book it once a month is okay, but every day you cross there, well, not every day, but every week, few nights a week, is the same nationality. It's also with the beach. You go there and that same nationality is putting up signs, booking places for weekends. So you all mightn't be aware of this, but I really need to pay attention to this so these people cannot put up signs, and it probably is not even legal what they're doing. I don't know. And they're not doing it in a bad way, so I'm not saying that. They're probably doing it very genuine because they're enjoying it. But I want to bring that to your attention. Again, this week I'm off to the BRAC to work with young people. And young people are really crying, and I will tell you this openly. Without young people, without calling names. I don't know any names. I don't take names for that reason. They have a slogan in Cayman, and the slogan means taking back the islands with guns. That's a slogan they're using. I don't remember the slogan. So there's a lot of stuff that the young people are doing behind the scene because they're really fed up. And I know the ministers are doing very, very good, but they can only do so much. For instance, putting on football fields is not really the answer. The young people have a mental issue. I met with one of the leading psychologists that government use in Cayman. They said to me, the next 3 years, we're worried. We don't know what's going to happen with the young people. And they're the people that we are depending on. You know, like I said, I did psychology, I did counseling, I studied the brain, I'm a nutritionist. I don't have a degree. So, you know, God takes those gifts that I have and use free with the young people. I don't charge a cent going back and forth. I'm going to BRAC again for the whole weekend just to meet with young people. I have places like a conference room that I book and bring the young people and just talk to them. And I will end with this. The young people have some solutions. When I met with some, they said to me, I asked the question, who's on drugs? Some 11-year-old held up their hands. I didn't get names. And they said to me, sir, we know it's wrong doing drugs, but we're under so much pressure. We still feel so depressed. We use the drugs, and when we use the drugs, it makes us feel worse because we're guilty and we know it's wrong. And I said, what can we do to help you? And I've been telling government this about a year after studying, in psychology. We just want to talk, and you all listen. I was amazed that they confirmed what I've been telling government. So the ministers, you're not a minister, but ministers like Mr. Isaac and people like that, I reached out to them and say, every 3 months, have a meeting in your area. Minister and Kim and Brack, go to the Brack Aston Ready Center, have a meeting, bring in, because it was coming, the elder people is coming in, but the young people are not coming in because they feel that they have no voice. And I have a program called the Voices of Kim and Brack, and, bring it to Grand Cayman. So we have to sit down, and I say we'll end, but I don't call it often. If you go into England to represent me, and if you don't sit down and talk to me, you're not representing me. You're representing what you think I want to do. And when politicians, not all politicians are running, they will knock on your door all 9 o'clock at night, but when they get in, they don't go back in the community at least every 3 months to bring people together, even before they pass laws, like Ms. Anne, Mr. Berkeley used to do. We plan to introduce us, get inputs, then take those inputs with the knowledge that the politicians have, weave out the ones that probably don't make too much sense, put them together, and then take them to the House. But I think what's having people are taking stuff to the House after they pass it, then telling the public about it. You're not representing me, you're representing yourself.
Okay. Caller, I'm going to ask you to wrap it up for us, please.
Yes. So God bless you all. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, caller, for that as well. So someone shared something with me about the Princess Royal Park, and there's an article in the Compass. That was an article in 2021. Prince Philip remembered a trio of trips to Cayman. So the Princess Royal at that point in time was Mary. So because the Princess Royal, that title, it goes on to explain that it doesn't belong to any particular person.
Right.
It's inherited over the years. And I remember now it was a pine tree that was planted by her, but it was a unique pine tree, not the Casuarina pine trees that we have here, but the ones that have that triangular shape.
Yeah, right.
That's what she planted in the park, at that time as well.
Yes, that's gone by the by now, obviously.
Okay, Mike is yours. Do you have a lot that you want to cover, because we can close off the phone lines to ensure that you get to cover everything that you want to?
I don't mind phones.
Okay.
The phone line being left open. If people want to call, I'm good with that.
Excellent.
I want to thank Daryl for his call. I want to thank him for what he's doing with young people. That's hugely important. He mentioned mental health amongst our youth, and even some not so young. Which is why it's important that government comes to grip, and I know the minister is trying to actually get the Poinciana mental health facility fully functional, because quickly after that we need to turn our attention to a facility for youth. Badly needed. When I first got elected, one of the first phone calls I had to make to the Minister for Health was to assist a family within the constituency with getting approval for assistance for a child who needed serious mental health attention. I don't want to say much more than that, because but it was a very sad situation. And she quickly rang me back, not just her, but also some individuals in the education department were also very helpful. But this is a problem, which is why that motion was brought, in terms of looking at whether the country whether there's a benefit in keeping young people off of social media until they get to 16. We will see where that ends up. But I see Jamaica is also now considering something similar. The motion debated in the youth parliament, I thought was, or that debate in the youth parliament was an eye-opener for me in terms of, I knew what some of the young people, because I'm actually part of the youth parliament, I knew what some of the young people felt, but the quality of those debates and some of the things that they presented, I thought were excellent and should also be considered. Educating our young people on use of social media at an early age, if they are going, use of the internet, especially as getting to AI, but that type of education is also badly needed.
Responsible use of it.
Responsible use, and even adults, because you can waste away a lot of time scrolling through either YouTube or Instagram or maybe even Facebook. But the impact that has on your mental health, I think there has been shown that there's a link, and we do need to look at improving the facilities for youth mental health. So I thank the caller for mentioning that. Basketball, I became aware of the issue of the basketball courts around Ireland, especially as he said one on Eastern Avenue, being unavailable for Caymanians for the most part to use because it's being booked out. I can't blame the nationality that's booking it out because they want to play basketball. I blame the individuals doing the booking because you need to make sure that the facility isn't just constantly in use, that others can't get access to it as well. So that is not a hard thing to fix, but there's also obviously a need for more courts around Ireland, which is why the minister, when he and I spoke, said he was happy to provide that. That court at Ed Sanchez Community Park is a court for the community, for the Red Bay and Prospect community. Others can come, but that is primarily, principally for the use of young people and adults at the in the Red Bay and the Prospect community. And I will make sure that remains the case.
Okay. And I made to understand that it's the league basically that is mainly using even the Georgetown courts one that's used by the basketball league as well. So
the basketball league folks need to get some fundraising and build some more courts.
The particular nationality that people are referring to, they apparently have teams that form part of that league as well.
Or
that's what I'm hearing.
Or I understand they may even have their own league. Right. So again, the basketball is a huge part of their culture. It's their national sport. It's what they enjoy doing, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But we need to be fair to others as well. So
Certainly.
Those doing the booking, make sure that court space is available for those who want to go and get a pickup game on a Saturday morning or whatever the case might be.
Okay, we're going to take our last commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco. Keeping Cayman covered.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Babe, not tonight. You keep poking me and I need to be rested for meetings tomorrow.
What?
I was almost asleep. That's the mattress spring I keep telling you about, not me. We really need to get a new mattress.
Tossing and turning, back hurting, can't sleep? It might be time to turn in your old mattress and go to bed with a new one. Browse the huge mattress showroom at Brand Source Home Gallery and pick the perfect mattress today. With mattresses to suit every budget, Brand Source Home Gallery stocks a wide selection of sizes and styles like pillow top and gel memory foam. So stop tossing and turning and sleep better tonight with a new mattress from Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Jay and Money and Appleton presents the Jamaica Independence Celebrations on Friday, July 31 at Compass Green with an all-day food fest. Come out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and enjoy your favorite Jamaican dishes. The nighttime concert features Jamaica's #1 comedian, Dufton Duffy Shepherd, local rising star singer Shay, and all the local dancers and performers, and the Kids Talent Contest. Admission is absolutely free with lots of prizes and giveaways. See you at the Compass Green on July 31 for Jamaica Independence Celebrations. Sponsored by Popeyes, Best Dress, Water, Excelsior Biscuits, Maggie, Suppligen, Grace Foods, Wellies, Rodney's Car Rental, White Construction, General Automotive Services, iCool Air Conditioning, Radio K-Man, and Breeze FM.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good afternoon, good morning, and welcome back to For the Record. We have about 10 minutes to go in this segment. We're unable to take any calls at this point in time because there are a few things that Mr. Tatum wants to cover before the end of the show as well. So we're going to throw the mic back over to you, Mr. Tatum.
Oh, see, thanks very much, man. When I was driving in, there was someone who called in with regards to tsunamis and the like.
Mm-hmm.
I had to say, what I was thinking this morning was some topics I wanted to raise. One was the earthquake yesterday and the tsunami. Not the tsunami, but the possibility that there could have been one. And thankfully there wasn't. These days you hear earthquake, for some reason, next thing in my head is tsunami. Ever since 10 or whatever years ago, I saw that tsunami that hit Asian country. I forget where it was now, but it was just a wall of water. You watch the video.
Was that the one that happened on Christmas Day or New Year's Day several years ago? Yes. Uh-huh.
Maybe in Thailand, possibly. I don't recall.
I'll get
but I can recall the horrific image of this wall of water, huge wall of water just coming on shore and just taking people and cars and houses with it. And so it's a we've been lucky. I hope that luck continues. But for some reason, if I hear earthquake, the next thing in my head is tsunami. We have been, for a number of years now, as a country, been trying to put in place, not just for things like tsunamis, but for any emergency, a warning system that would blare on your phones and on the radio. I've just come back from Houston with a family member who I would travel up for medical reasons, not for me, but for that family member. And every time I'm in Houston, if there's a child that goes missing, even though I'm not from the country, but the alarm goes off on my phone. And we have been trying for a number of years. It's been announced several times that such a warning system would be put in place in Cayman. And every year, we have the meeting with the good people at Hazard Management, and I ask about it. It is still not in place because certain phone companies, I don't know if they're refusing to do what needs to be done to get it in place. But it's about time the government stops accepting that and insist that they do what they need to do. And it is something that I will be pursuing in the next Parliament. I will start off with asking some questions about it so the government's aware. It's not the fault of hazard management. It's the fault, let's not use the word fault, it's the responsibility of the government, the lawmakers, to do what we need to do to insist that the phone companies put in place the ability for these emergency signals to be automatically broadcast. Technology is available. It doesn't cost what it used to years ago, is my understanding. We need to get that done. Right, we're a small island, and a number of things could be happening, and we cannot just accept any longer that these phone companies want to be here, earn money from us, provide a very good service. I'm very happy with the company that I use. My brother worked for them. I have lots of friends who work for them, but we need to make sure that they do what they need to do, so that when you have an emergency happening, not only do you have to rely on and there's an app where you notice that an alert is available on the app, or you notice an email, but your phone should be blaring and making a sound, because this could happen when you're sleeping and something needs to wake you up.
Yes.
So I'm just going on record here, and anybody within the sound of my voice will know that this is an issue that I will be pursuing. So hopefully when we get to Parliament next time around, when I ask the question, we will get a positive answer. The other thing I want to mention before we go off is I mentioned when I was here last time some motions that I brought. I'll speak about the one with the surveyors when I'm here next time. But I also brought a motion with regards to the residential tenancies law, which was passed by the Parliament in 2009. But I mentioned before that when the passage of that in 2009 the timing of it was not the best. It was prior to the general election. So like a lot of laws, they're passed and then the Parliament or the Cabinet needs to decide on a date for it to come into force. It was happening before general election. After the general election, the then government had issues with regards to the worldwide recession. Lots of people left Cayman. So issue of rentals and rents was not the concern it was prior to. So this sat on a shelf for 17 years. Passed in Parliament, nothing happened to it. When I received the strategy paper from the government, strategy report from the government, I looked through to see where this sat on the agenda. Everything I saw and read in that said that it would be done within 2 to 4 years. They would look at it within 2 to 4 years. Not long enough. Sorry, far too long, not fast enough. They've been dealing with this issue since 2023, I understand, in terms of considerations for what's needed for the rental market as well as the housing market. So the government did not approve the motion that I brought for them to bring this into force by January next year, update it and bring it into force. They refused the motion, but they did commit to bringing a bill in September. Following that debate on the 1st of July, I see that Cabinet has now passed or agreed for legislative drafting to look at putting together legislation to update that 2009 Act that was passed, and to present a new bill for consideration. So even though the government did not accept the motion, I was still succeeding in what I wanted to do, which was to bring it to their attention, put it right back smack on the middle of the table, and demand that it be looked at. And that has happened, so we will see what comes forward. I just want to ask people to pay attention to this issue. Make sure that you speak to your MPs. If this is a matter you think is important, speak to your MPs, encourage them to make sure it moves forward. And I'll be watching it and speaking about it as we go forward. I know time is here. It's almost 10 o'clock. OC, thanks very much.
Okay.
Again, sorry I couldn't get here before 9, but as I mentioned when I WhatsApped you this morning, I had some other stuff to deal with. But always good to be here. We covered a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We had phone calls on weed, beach access. They even mentioned my cousin Charlie Tatum. Morning, Charlie, if you're listening. and a number of other issues. And I got to see my friend Loxley next door. So and learned some history from you about the first royal family who arrived here. Yeah. And the park. So good to be here, and thank you. And see you next week. I think I should be able to make it back next week as well. So thanks very much.
By the way, that tsunami, that was in Aceh province, and it took place on Boxing Day.
But that's right.
275,000 lives lost in that tsunami as well. You know,
frightening.
Yeah. It says 40,000 to 45,000 more women than men were killed in that tsunami as well. About $9.9 billion was originally estimated to be the value of economic infrastructure. 141,000 houses were destroyed, which accounted for 47.9% of the total damage.
Yep.
Over 600,000 people in Aceh lost their livelihoods as a result of it. You know, unbelievable.
You give me, you don't want any natural disasters, but you give me a good hurricane any day because you pretty much know when it's coming. You can plan for it.
Yes.
But earthquakes, there's no planning for it, and depending on where it is, there's no planning for a tsunami. Either depending on where it is. So. Thank you again, OC. I appreciate it. Good being here with you, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you. I'll see you on Saturday.
I'll see you on Saturday. That's right. Yeah, the park. Yeah,
as well, folks.
That's right.
That is it for me in this segment. For the record, I welcome you to join me at 12:15 when I will be again guest hosting for Mr. Charles Glidden on Talk Today.
It's a good afternoon earlier.
Yep. And I think we're going to have a series of discussions starting with Island House, talking about summer camp for kids, as well. So, folks, have a great day. Continue to support your radio station, Radio Cayman, and join me at 12:15 for Talk Today. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time,
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman, since 1976.